Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been a while. Guys haven't seen my face around here in a little bit. It's been a week or so, maybe even a little bit more. I've lost track of time. Waiting for you guys to get in here. What a game. What a game. That kind of went to shit pretty quickly, huh? I mean, one moment we're absolutely thriving, just completely dominating them. They look like a semi-pro team, for crying out loud. Their intensity was so terrible. And then the next, as soon as they put their foot on the gas, we're like, oh shit, we have to actually play a game? And then they almost come back and friggin' do it, man. I know they had 2 penalty kicks, but still made things really interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, the Seattle Sounders barely close out the 3-2 win away at Sporting Kansas City. That was close, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was shaking in my boots. Which, if you told me at halftime that there was a real possibility we would lose this game, I'd be like, yeah, you're out of your mind. No way. Look at these guys. Look at how they're playing right now. It was like I tweeted something, but it looked like watching a U18s versus a U14 scrimmage. Just the speed of play, the intensity was just so completely different. Like, we really brought it. It looked like we were playing at the Club World Cup with that kind of intensity, and then Sporting Kansas City were just absolute negatives. And then all of a sudden the game gets friggin' flipped on its head, and you're like, whoa, what just happened right now? What do we even talk about, fellas? I mean, first of all, Jordan Morris, welcome back. Welcome back, brother. Everyone, round of applause. Jordan Morris, first start back, bags the goal. A fantastic header near post. I mean, let's be honest, like, watching that first goal, it was kind of crazy how they just allowed Rothrock so much time inside their own box to just pick out that cross. Rothrock had the ball for so long, and it's like they were just waiting till Jordan made that run, and they just didn't even decide to defend at all. But nonetheless, we get that goal. Albert Rusnak scores a PK. Jesus Ferreira gets on the score sheet. We'll talk more about him later on, but that was good to see. And then 3-0 at half. We're just, life could be dream. Life could be dream, you know? And then the second half starts. We get our lawn chairs out. We get our lawn chairs, we get our cigars and go, completely take the foot off the gas, and they made us pay. Obviously, their first penalty kick, they score. And then what I want to talk about is the second one. Actually, just on the first one real quick. Absolutely terrible tackle from Musovski. Just so dumb. I don't understand why professional players do that shit. Like, obviously, you're coming through his back inside the box and you put a shoulder into his back, making zero play on the ball. How do people do this at this level? It makes zero sense to me. I honestly, I don't get it. But nonetheless, we concede. Great penalty kick from Joveljic. And then we give up another penalty kick. Reed Baker Whiting. I mean, listen, if this isn't the sign, Craig Weibel, to bring in an actual outside back, I mean, brother, we can't keep playing that. Reed Baker Whiting is not an outside back. To be quite frank with you guys, I don't know what Reed Baker Whiting even is anymore. I don't know what his best position is. I mean, he started out here as center mid, and he's been kind of just moved around on both wings, both outside back spots, and it's like the dude doesn't really have a position. I don't know what he's actually best at, to be honest with you. But Reed gives up the penalty kick. Very, very dumb challenge. And then number 5. I'm not going to say his name. You guys, if you've been watching the streams, I have not been saying his name. And I will continue to not say his name. Number 5. What the fuck is he thinking? What is he thinking? I don't know exactly what he did, but it was either some sort of dissent to the fans, apparently, or to a player, or to the ref. And you had to do some pretty dumb shit to get a red card. It's so crazy that he just keeps getting away with this stuff. Brian needs to do something about it. I know, hopefully Alex is not hurt for a while. Obviously, he did get subbed out due to injury, but you gotta hope that Alex just had like a bad cramp or something. And then I'm out of ideas what to do. Alex maybe needs to start at left back and Kalani at right back. You can't keep putting Nuhu into the game. You can't just keep. You can't. I just want to put this up real quick. I already flipped up the ref. He did after he flipped the ref off after he got the red card. So he did some dumb shit, got a red card, and then flipped the fucking ref off. Like, but anyways, my point is, you can't keep doing dumb shit like this and just getting thrown back in the lineup. Yeah, I mean, dude, number 5, like, he's a man child at this point. He's just a bit of a head case, and we gotta stop seeing him in the lineup, Brian. He needs to be put down a peg. He needs to sit down and realize, hey, you can't keep getting away with this shit. Because one, you cost us literally $1 million. You cost us $1 million with one stupid foul against Botafogo, right? And then just a red card again today. And this is like what, Nuhu's second or third red card already. It's barely. We're like halfway in the season, my brother, and you already got 2 red cards, man. Okay. And then eventually we close out the game with a topic I want to talk about later, but Ryan Kent, absolute just masterclass. Like, dude, Ryan Kent has been so frustrating because you know the player that you have there. An absolute fantastic player, arguably just one of the most talented dribblers we've ever seen at the club. Like, I'm not talking stats, I'm not talking, contributions, I'm not talking about what they've done, any trophies they've won. Just with your eyes, I have not seen very many better pure dribblers of the ball at this club aside from Ryan Kent. And then he can do stuff like that. I mean, literally beat 4 people and then play a beautiful ball in for Pedro de la Vega, who skies the living crap, absolute living crap out of the ball. Just, oh, dude. Oh, Pedro, man. Pedro is really like, I don't know if I've ever been more sad about a player just not working out than seeing Pedro de la Vega's collapse in a Sounders shirt, man. It sucks. I remember watching the first game he came on against LAFC. That kid who just came on the field. I mean, we're pretty defeated. It's like 2-0 LAFC. Takes the team by the scruff of the neck. Just goes in, dribbles at will, absolutely confident. Then he steps up, takes the penalty kick against Hugo Lloris, and really just willed our team into almost getting points out of that game just by himself. And then he comes into the Austin game, and like, dude just ran the show. Dude absolutely ran the show last year. And then he just gets hurt, and then he comes back, then he gets hurt, comes back, gets hurt. This cycle keeps repeating over and over again, and he can never fully get like a chance to actually build momentum. And then this year, really, really hot start to the year, and then he gets hurt again. Like, fucking hell, man. Injuries. Like, there's one thing if a player's just a bust because they're not good, they're not talented. But to see the injuries just kill a guy, like just seeing them from when they first came here and then seeing them after all these injuries, I'm like, it's truly sad. And it's really just at a low point now where it's not only do you just have a complete wash of a first year, but just being, like I said, he got hurt again after starting super duper hot and then just being taken out of the lineup. I mean, the rotation has not been good for him in terms of just building steady minutes. And then now it's like the dude's confidence is just, bro. His confidence now is just absolutely cooked. Absolutely cooked. And it's time. It's time. I think it's time, fellas. I think Pedro de la Vega, I don't know if there's a team that's still wanting to sign him. Apparently, like we all say, there was this hidden Group B team that had an offer for him. Could have been PSG or Atletico. Realistically, Botafogo had interested in him. I doubt they will take him now. But yeah, it's been it's like one of the biggest Sounder what ifs. Just what if Pedro never got hurt? for me, that's one of the biggest Sounder what ifs because when the dude first came here, he was absolutely electric. And I still reckon if we tried to sell him, I still think we could get a few million for him, but we're nowhere near like we're not going to get the same amount of money back. Like no way. All right, so that's just my yapping about the game. Let's see what you boys are saying. So apparently threw a ball at a fan. Okay, I mean, to be honest with you, like, first of all, still completely fucking stupid from Nuhu to do that. But I will say, if the fans are chirping some stupid shit, like the fan needs to be kicked out of the stadium. Honestly, I hate when fans just think they can do that. But still, from Nuhu, just completely immature behavior, and he just like has this, I don't know, like what you would call it, just this complex of like I can kind of do whatever I want and not have to face any consequences, like a toddler almost. It's literally like you're dealing with a toddler, bro. Fucking crazy, man. I'm tired of Nuhu and Pedro. Yeah, I mean, like you guys just heard me yap about, man. Nuhu, it's really getting old, and I don't see how else you could get this through him unless you bench him. But I honestly doubt Brian's gonna bench him, bro. You know Brian. You know Brian. He loves his guys. He's got his guys, and he loves to play them. But this is a real unique scenario, Brian, where your player is a complete fucking moron every single game that he plays almost. Like, it gets to a point, brother. It gets to a point. The guy thinks he can just walk on the field and do whatever he wants, and he thinks he's untouchable. You got to bench him for a bit, bro. Seriously. We got 4 reds in a row, MLS. What's the record? Can one of you guys look that up? What is the record for that? I'm curious. 4 reds in a row in MLS, like, I feel like that's got to be some sort of record, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I know, dude. Like, that's another big thing I want to talk about. The just complete switch off in the second half. The intensity was just completely a 180 from the first half. And to me, that's on Brian completely. Like, you got to get your dudes, you got to get your guys at halftime, make sure, hey, we're not taking the foot off the gas pedal. You need to go after it hard. And we just didn't want to do that. It's like not even the subs, just the dudes. Like, here's the thing: the subs that came on, like Pedro, to his credit, I will say defensively, dude stopped the goal straight up. He straight up saved the goal. But he had another good tackle in the box too. And like even Kent was getting back on defense. It was the dudes that were already on the field that were like, you know, la 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 la, yada yada yada, you know. Actually, Kent was like that too, which is really frustrating. And I want to talk about him more, which we'll do right now. Ryan Kent went to sleep on the field. De La Vega losing balls, new dumbass red card. Yeah, I mean, with Ryan Kent, dude, it's absolutely so frustrating. It's so frustrating to watch because you know we've seen Ryan Kent at his best when he's taking on people, when he's making dynamic runs, getting himself into dangerous positions. One of the best players on the team, one of the most, arguably the most talented player on the team. And when it comes to like him and Rothrock in terms of talent, it's not even close. It's not even close. But what Rothrock does much better is he gets himself into really good spots. And I don't know what it is, but it seems like Rothrock comes on the field, he's willing to take people on at will. Kent comes on the field, significantly more talented, like explodes by people off the dribble. And it's like he's scared. It's like he's completely scared. And it's like, I don't know if it's he doesn't want to get pulled. Like he wants to like execute the tactics to a fault almost. Like he wants to play smart and play quick so that way he gets back on Brian's radar. Or what? I don't know, dude. It's a real head scratcher because anyone who's watched Ryan Kent when he played for Rangers, it's like, dude, this guy was absolutely cold. He was absolutely lethal and just took players on at will and was not afraid to shoot outside the box with both feet and make dynamic runs. And it's like here, it's like, what are we even like? What are we doing, bro? And it's funny because like when you lose hope, you're like, man, Ryan Kent, like, where did this guy go? And then today, the best run out of anyone I've seen this season, dribbling, completely washes by 4 people, plays a great ball into Pedro. Obviously, we know how that turned out, but then you see that and you're like, where's that guy? That guy has it. That dude is the man that could come in to any game and completely flip it on its head and change the game. Where is that guy more often? Why are we not seeing that more? And then and also like there's a play where Musovski had the ball and it's like Ryan Kent could have had all the space to run into and he could have just played a slip ball in. Kent probably takes a touch and can get a shot off. And he's just standing out wide. It's a counterattack, dude. You have all the space to make a diagonal run across and get the ball, take a touch inside the box and shoot. And you're just standing out there. When I saw that, I was like, bro, what are you doing? It's the most frustrating thing ever seeing someone that talented play like that. And you would think my brain, just from being on teams, playing soccer my whole life, thinks this is the coach. Because I've just played with dudes that like had to have the constantly taking people one-on-one coached out of him. So that's where my brain would always go to. I'm like, okay, this is being coached out of him to take less risks and kind of just be this guy that creates space by being on the touchline. But a part of me thinks like, is he in his own head? Does he even care anymore? Does he care? I mean, the reason why he joined this team is done with. He came here to be at the Club World Cup and hopefully get a move back to Europe. That's over with now. And that didn't really go his way. You could tell he was frustrated when he came off against PSG. And then he comes back here now, and do you just think, like, does he even care anymore? Could that be the reason? I don't know. But it's really frustrating watching a player of that talent be so passive. Like, bro, change the fucking game. I mean, literally, the game, it's 3-2 with the red card. The momentum could not be more against us. And he pulls that out of the bag out of nowhere and should have iced us the game if not for that Pedro miss. It's like we need that more often. If Ryan Kent played like that all the time, he'd be starting every game. Because you can't take a guy like that and just keep him on the bench, you know? So I noticed Ferreira play a lot better than Morris up top. Well, firstly, right, Ferreira's not a 9. I mean, he always wants to come back and get the ball at his feet. So the fact that he's just not playing the 9 is there. And then also, like I was saying, even when Musovski was at his peak, you know, the 5 goals in 5 games in a row, like Morris brings like a dynamic threat to this offense that Musovski simply just can't do with his pace and with his movement. Moves so much quicker than Musovski, gets to spots so much quicker, and stretches the defense. And I think it helps the guys underneath, honestly. And obviously Ferreira and Morris have linked up on the USMNT a few times. So I think I think Morris up top just makes the team better. And Ferreira not being a 9 makes his play better. And I thought, all things considered, I thought Jesus had a good game. But again, something that I tweeted out is like, if Jesus Ferreira could just score the stuff inside the box that you should be putting away, his stats would reflect as one of our best players of the season. And then everyone's looking at that Craig move like, wow, that's actually a really good trade. $2 million for a guy who would have had 4, 5 goals, 6 assists halfway through the season. Like, absolute fucking steal. But he just can't put the easy shit away, dude. It's like, that's also frustrating when you're good at everything else, but you can't do the one thing that you need to do that's arguably the easiest thing to do. Because Jesus Ferreira has it up here. Like, he's a smart player. Yeah, he'll lose possession. He'll miss the odd pass. So does everybody, right? But he's smart up there. He's got good brains. He's got good soccer IQ. So he has pretty much everything you want out of a good MLS player, except for finishing easy chances inside the box. And unfortunately, like, if you can't do that, bro, it's hard to stay on the field. Like, if he could do that consistently, dude, he's one of the best players on the team. Like, statistically, at least, you know? What's wrong with Nuhu? How can a grown man constantly crash out and not handle his emotions? Yeah, dude. He's a big baby and he needs to be checked. He needs to absolutely be checked. I keep saying it. Sorry, number 5. He who must not be named. You're absolutely right, Sam. Number 5 needs to grow up. Needs to absolutely grow up. Ryan Kent is so good, but brains hold him down. It could be that, but again, like I've seen bro play for Rangers, and I'm like, this is not the talent is not. It's not like the talent is completely gone from Ryan Kent, bro. Obviously, the talent is evident when he decides to take people on, but it's like the confidence, maybe. I mean, he hasn't obviously before he came here, right? Hadn't played in several months, and then even when he did play at Fenerbahce, it was like a bad situation for him. So, I would say it was like a year or so of just either no soccer or like a complete shitty situation. So maybe maybe it's a confidence thing. I don't know, but it's frustrating. Yeah, I've been done with Pedro for a while, and it sucks because I like him, and I was so excited when we signed him. Me too. Me too. It's brutal, man. I mean, Pedro, when he first came here, what a breath of fresh air the dude was. Like I said, he just looked so lively when he first got here, and it looked like this is the dude. And then he just kept getting hurt over and over again. Like, I honestly, dude, if he didn't get injured at all the first season, Pedro would probably be a pillar of this team right now, in my opinion. Like, the dude just, ever since he kept getting hurt, it's like it has not been the same. Has not been the same. And then it goes all the way to this year where it's like his confidence is completely shot. I mean, he blew it on the world stage against Botafogo. Could have had a goal at least. And then today, like, it's tough, bro. I don't know where you go with him other than selling him. Like, it seems like dude's just his confidence is absolutely on the floor, man. Yeah, dude. When he missed that shot, all I did was I took the pillow from the couch and I just buried. I actually buried my face in it for like I missed the next 2 minutes after that in a crucial game to close it out because I had my face in my pillow. Like what the? I can't believe I just witnessed that. Pedro, what? And not only that, he lost his aura. He shaved the hair, man. So even if he wasn't performing, at least he had the hair. He had the aura. But now that's gone. And it's like he's just completely stripped of everything right now, man. I think the fans were being racist. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't put it past sport fans to do that. Obviously, I mean, you see it. Unfortunately, you see it in many leagues around the world. Which in America, like I don't know, I feel like anyone to just do that boldly in public, like that's kind of fucking crazy, bro. But again, we don't. None of us had the audio. I guess knew who. I don't know if he'll make a statement in an interview or something to say what happened, but yeah. I agree we need to sell him, but it's like honestly, bro, who wants him? Who wants me? It reminds me of that meme. Who wants me, bro? Who wants him right now? Like, I mean, to be fair, I guess he had interest for it seemed like the last year he had interest even when he wasn't playing here. But hopefully someone will want him now. And I just don't see it, man. Like it's been so poor. I mean, listen, I know scouting is not like that. Oh, you like don't score, you must be bad. Like they see the talent of the player and they think about their scheme and their system and they're like, okay, we can make this work. But it's not looking great, bro. It's not looking great. Shout out Oklahoma kid, the absolute goat, one of the goats, the Mount Rushmore of our members. MVP Alex Rodon with the save. Christian Rodon overall MVP. Sell Nuhu and Pedro. Yeah, I mean it's just another solid Christian outing, right? Another solid Christian outing, and Alex Rodon too puts his body on the line. Unfortunately, looks like he got hurt from that save, but completely. I mean, dude, saved the 3 points right there. So shout out him. And shout out Oklahoma kid, absolute goat. Send it with it. Yeah, get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. I mean, that's kind of where we are at this point, right? Get ready to learn Chinese. Get ready to learn Arabic. You're going to Al Nassar, buddy. I mean, I don't know. Did you see the Layout Chu transfer? I did. I did see that. Obviously, Layout Chu, former Sounder player, gets traded, a part of the Jesus Ferreira trade, and then now he's going on to Portugal. Good luck to Layout Chu. Honestly, I'm happy for him. I hope for the best. That's all I gotta say for him. Frustrating win, isn't it? Brian's tactics with De La Vega, Kent, and Moose inside the field needs to change. Night and day difference. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see more Kent with when you have like the first team, especially when I say first team Jordan Morris. Like Jordan Morris needs to be in, but I just want to see Kent just be more selfish, man. It's almost like to a point where no matter who he's playing with, like if you're gonna be so passive, like as much as I've given grief for Paul Rothrock, which I'm not gonna stop, by the way, because ever since I crashed out on Paul Rothrock, he's been on an absolute tear. And if I'm really scared that if I stop criticizing bro, he's gonna go back to the Paul Rothrock that's completely mid. So I'm gonna keep, criticizing him because I gotta keep his game up. I'm doing it for the betterment of this program, of this club. So you're welcome. But anyways, like what I was saying, Ryan Kent clearly far more talented of a player, obviously. But if he's just gonna be so passive, like Paul Rothrock, to his credit, gets into good spots. And he's not afraid to take guys on. And he'll make runs into the box. I mean, you saw it in the Columbus game, Like I feel like on that same play, Kent would just be way out wide. And I don't like and I feel like if I'm Brian Schmetzer, I'm pointing that shit out in the film room. Like you're going there and being like, dude, in situations like these, you need to be making that run. And he doesn't do it. So I wonder if stuff like that's just not being talked about or what. But hey. How down bad is the Portuguese league if they're signing players like Leo Chu? I mean, bro, a lot of the clubs there are low key broke, man. I don't know if you guys heard you guys probably know who Reggie Cannon is. Used to play on the USMNT, but he played at I think Boa Vista, and they're still struggling to pay his freaking contract, bro. And they went to like court with it and stuff. I think it was crazy. So I mean, low key, man. If they're that down bad, they're that broke. I mean, that's their level, bro. Is Leo Chu. So shout out Chad. Big shout out Chad for the $1 donation. Chad, I would like to hear more of your thoughts on the game, brother. I appreciate the dollar, but I'm sure you got a lovely take on the game, so I'd love to see that. Shout out Oklahoma kid again. Obed was money. He passes the eye test and then some. Yeah, I mean, bro. Obed Vargas, you see what Obed Vargas does to me, bro? He just makes me cheese. He just makes me happy. He just fulfills my heart, Obed Vargas, watching him play. And I know I've had some criticism of him because I believe in the talent. I believe in the talent of Obed. So there's some games where I'm like, dude, clean up the passing. Like, you're so talented, bro. If you could clean this up, you're going to succeed in a top 5 league easily. But man, Obed Vargas is just such a quality player, bro. And you know what's annoying is like Patrick Ajiman from Charlotte FC is, I think this is finalized now, but he's being sold to Derby County for $8 million plus add-ons. Like, if that dude's going for $8 million, Obed Vargas is like what, 5 years younger? I know he's not a striker, but still 5 years younger, way more talented. It makes you think, what could we get from Obed? But apparently, the offers have been around the same, which is kind of crazy to me, bro. Kind of crazy, but whatever, man. How long is the Rothrock Linsanity run going to last? It's going to last as long as I hate on him. So honestly, bro, it literally the Rothrock Linsanity run lives and dies by my hating of him. So as long as I keep hating, Rothrock's still gonna cook, bro. So you guys can thank me all you want. Get your Rothrock jersey ready. Listen, we had a deal, Chad. We had a deal. Okay, if Rothrock contributed and the Sounders made it out of the Club World Cup, I would have got his jersey. Would have repped it in every single video, but he didn't. You know what else I would have done? Allegedly would have had to oil up if Danny Musovsky scored at the Club World Cup, and he did not. So it's just Complete bust of a Club World Cup. Huh. Gosh. It's either Kent doesn't care and it's just here for money, or Brian told him to play passive and not take players on. But, like, because watching the way that he was playing to me looked like a sign of, like, dude, this is, you're being told to do this. And then you combine that with how he looked with the Rangers. Like, it looked like he's being told to be like this. But now I'm to a point where it's like, does he, is it him? Does he care? But here's the thing, like, if it's truly Ryan Kent and he doesn't care, how how are you, Brian Schmetzer, not being like, dude, like, what are you doing? We signed you here to take players on and make runs like this and be dangerous. What are you doing? So it just seems like a bit of, it might just honestly be a bit of a failure all around at this point. Like, obviously there's nothing you can really say if you're not in the locker room. But like I said, to me it just looked like, to me it just looked like tactics. But at this point, man, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Paulie is a beast. That kid doesn't stop running defense attacks, finds the right plays. I mean, dude is literally the definition of high grit, high motor. Would absolutely let him date your daughter. First guy in, last guy out type of guy, you know? I mean, Paul Rothrock's worked super hard to get in this position, and for that I can only say, well done. Well done. And as much as I don't rate his talent, if you're working super hard and getting yourself in good spots, like, listen, it's not like he's completely talentless, right? It's just I think we have a lot more talent in those areas than him. But here's the thing, bro. If he's getting himself in positions and making the runs and getting himself in areas where Ryan Kent is not doing that, like, Rothrock needs to still be on the field. It's that simple. And even if he's not the most talented guy, like, he's contributing because of it. So shout out Paul Rothrock. And it's nice that, I will say, jokes aside, I know I've crashed out on him after the Vancouver game, which, to be fair, at that point, like, he was starting every game despite doing literal horse shit. Like, I was really hard on him. I crashed out on him. But ever since the crash out, man, he's been on an insanity run. So I will continue hating on him, and it's out of love. You know what I mean? It's out of love. Next game on Wednesday, Kent and De La Vega will probably start for rotation. Low key, dude. I mean, that's what I was thinking too. But considering that Ferreira and Rothrock came out at the 60th minute, like, I don't know, man. I feel like there's a sneaky Paul Rothrock start on Wednesday. God, I feel it in my jellies. But it's still, I mean, Wednesday's a tough game, bro. It's Colorado. I believe they're in a playoff spot right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we actually rolled out a Rothrock or a Ferreira. And honestly, bro, I think Kent starts, but I don't think De La Vega starts. I don't think he starts. And it's really just like, every time I bring up De La Vega, I get so depressed. It just breaks my heart, man. It's like, I don't even know how to put it into words anymore. Did De La Vega ever play the 10 for us? I mean, he had moments, but he never really had a stretch of being the 10, which I said in one of our previous videos. I said, I think really for De La Vega to succeed, to get the best out of him, would have been to use him like our Ladero, like the dude that's just kind of like everywhere. And honestly, when Pedro first got here, I thought that's kind of how he was. Like, when he literally, the first games that he played, the LA uh, opener, opening season game in LA, and then the Austin game after that. Like, that was kind of how he played, and he was thriving in it. He was the best player in both of those games. Um, and then even just coming back, some of the games where he came back from injury, he'd sub on and just completely take over the game, having the ball at his feet. Um, so I guess he did play the 10 for us, but not very much. And I think that would ultimately be where he would succeed for us. But when you have Rusnak, like, where's Rusnak going to play? Where's Rusnak going to play if he's not playing the 10? You know? And Rusnak's been good enough to consistently be a starter in that position, in my opinion. So it's just rough for Pedro, bro. It's rough. Shout out again, Chad, with the $5. With the wages coming out, Ferrera's our third highest paid player and not worth it. Our production comes from the boys, not from our overpaid scrubs. You know what? We were just like I said previously with Ferrera. It's like so frustrating because if he just scored the chances inside the box, that bro, just you've played 9 in this league before. You had 18 goals in a season, man. Like you should be putting these chances away. If he just put those chances away, we'd be talking about him as like a stud move. Because at that point he'd have like what 4 or 5 goals, 6, 7 assists in limited minutes, being a rotation player for a lot of the season. Like it would be a hit right now. That would be a hit signing. Like you can't take that away from Weibel if he could do that, but he hasn't done that. He's missed a lot of sitters, and it's like makes you want to pull your hair out because you know there's, in my opinion at least, I know there's a player there, but he just can't do the shit that you need to be able to do in the box. But he did score today, so we'll give him that. Jesus' goal was nice. Shout out Oklahoma kid. Again, Jesus' goal was nice. Jesus getting comfy. Listen, man, the more touches he gets in the box, hopefully he will start putting stuff away consistently. Hopefully. Is there a way to buy out JP's deal as a season end? I think so. I mean, that's how we got Ryan Kent, was because of Ariela's injury. The only thing is I'm not sure. The thing with Arriola is that he was a TAM player, so he was making quite a bit of money. So we were able to sign like a quality player on that kind of salary. The only thing is with JP, I don't know. He used to be one of our highest paid players, but at this point, I don't know how much he's actually making. So to bring a player in on that kind of wage, I don't know how quality of a guy we'll get, but technically, yes. I think we will. If we put him on season-ending injury, I think we should be able to, unless there's a limit, because we already have Arriola on it. I don't know how many dudes you can put on season-ending IR. I'm honest. The MLS roster rules are so fucking confusing. It could be its own college class. So, yeah, I would need to look into that more. Shout out to you and Sean. You guys got a good thing going. Y'all should be in charge of the Sounders page. By the way, I've been on the Sounders page when Ryan Kent first. It was the game against St. Louis when he had that massive breakout game. I made this big comment, and the Sounders actually posted me on their Instagram. It's fucking funny, but yeah, y'all should be in charge of the Sounders page. I think the true fans can come together here. Unfortunately, I'm all the way in LA, law, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys. Honestly, I really like the fan base that we got. You know, it's like it's not, to me, it's perfect because you have dudes that are super loyal, but you also have, it's not just an echo chamber. You know, like a lot of us have different opinions, and I like that. It just makes it open a conversation. I don't like when everything's just a big echo chamber. And you guys know ball. You guys are awesome, and we appreciate every single one of you. As far as us being in charge of the center page, listen, man, I don't think that's probably not gonna happen, right? But yeah. Hope Yamar is back Wednesday. Was he on the bench today? Honestly, I didn't even see. But if he was on the bench today, I think we could see him. I mean, obviously, midweek game, but I still think I would be the one to kind of bring on Yamar. If I'm the manager, me personally, if I'm Brian Schmetzer, I'm bringing in Yamar off the bench for a game, maybe two, before I completely start him again. But yeah. I don't think Kent has played that well recently. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, like today, I thought today he was fine. Like, and that's, to me, that's bad for Kent standards. Like Kent being fine, like dude, he should be much better than that. Like you saw his level when he had that moment today, dribbling 4 dudes and slipping a ball in for what should have been an assist. Like you've seen that kind of level. I mean, if for example, when Ladero was playing, if Ladero was fine, you'd be like, no, Ladero had a bad game. He's not supposed to be fine. He's supposed to be one of the best players on the team. So I thought Kent was fine, but fine to me is, for a player of that talent, fine's not good enough. He's been skying chances for months now. Who, Jesus or Pedro, man? Seems like we got a lot of dudes that just love fucking skying the ball, right? I mean, what is the deal with that, man? Just don't lean back. Get your body over it. Put your foot through the ball. Body over the ball. And don't get your foot under it. Just make clean contact and it won't go over. Simple. Sounders should honestly just start me. Honestly. Yeah. Dude, yeah. Yeah, referee, like, it was a chaotic game, to be fair. But yeah, referee could have definitely been a bit better. JP was making around 600K. That's what I thought. I used to be over $1 million. Cut that in half. But for 600K, actually, you could get a guy. I take that back. You could get a guy for 600K a week. So it just depends. It just depends what the roster rules are. But we can start cap it spot for Paul. See, that's the thing. We did do that. I don't know how many of those you actually get. You know, I don't know how many of those you actually get. Yeah, MLS roster and salary rules were wild. I know, dude. I know. I've watched so many videos on them, and I still kind of like, bro. I still don't get them. I get them to a point. I get the basics, like DP, TAM, U22s, all this stuff. I get that stuff, but the intricate details of when situations happen that you don't prepare for, like a massive injury, and how many of those you get, I see that stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Dude, the other YouTube channel about the center made a whole vid about my opinion on how Kent has been better value than Ferreira. Oh yeah, I mean, it's just one guy you paid millions for, in GAM at least, and one guy you got for free. And Ferreira's now starting to come along, but for the longest time of the season, Ferreira was a fucking negative completely. And when Kent burst onto the scene, Kent was taking games over left and right. So there was a point in time where it was clearly obvious. And even now, again, even now, again, I think it's still an argument, bro. I think it's still an argument. We got to see more from Ferreira, more consistency from Ferreira. But that is a good talking point, though. Seems like the subs have been very mid. Yeah, it's just. It's not only that too. It's just the players that were already on, like today, for example, the players that were already on, like their intensity dropped off completely. But to me, it's like watching the difference in this team when Jordan Morris is on the field versus Musovski. It's like night and day. And I was like, bro, my back was against the wall on this channel. Like when Musovski was like peak, like dude, 5 goals in 5 straight games. Musovski's tearing it up. Morris comes back, gets hurt again, and stuff like this. Like this was peak like slander Morris. Musovski's the guy of the future moment. And I was like, guys, I know it looks kind of crazy right now. I know Musovski just might be like prime Robert Lewandowski, but I still think Jordan Morris gives this sort of dynamic that we don't have up top, and you saw it today. So hopefully Jordan can stay healthy. Say your prayers, gentlemen. But yeah, it's yeah. I mean, some people just really like their guys. It's what I don't like is when if you have criticisms of a player, it's just like you're the worst guy on planet Earth. If I have criticisms of a guy, it's like, dude, shut up, man, dude. Like you're so fucking stupid. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. You're just such a hater. It's like it's okay to have different opinions, bro. Like I just don't like how some people get so mad when you have a differing opinion to them. So mad, and they just like start insulting you. It's like, dude, bro, relax. We can all have different opinions here. It's okay. But yeah, I agree. Like in just Sounders media in general, I think really like cookie. They're really cookie, cupcake, pizza party to when it comes to talking about our players. There could be more criticism, but I get it. You don't want any beef with the guys above. So I mean, I understand. Dude, him and Jesus, honestly, bro. But the thing is like Jesus. If Jesus was a field goal kicker, he could only kick PATs. Like that brother's not. You don't got the leg power to be making 40 plus yard field goals. Brian Schmetzer just said, "I will deal with Nuhu internally." Ooh. I don't want to see it dealt with internally. I want to see the next 5 team sheets not have Nuhu in it. And then I'll be like, you know what? Brian Schmetzer dealt with it. Okay, maybe 5 is an exaggeration, but honestly, bro, Nuhu should be benched for like the next 3 games. It's not just one time anymore. It's a constant occurrence over and over again. And shout out again, Oklahoma kid with the donation. Where the F is Georgie, bro? At this point, Georgie should lap Pedro in the depth chart. I need to be seeing more Georgie on the field. And it's gotten to a point because last year, like, I thought Pedro was so far clear of Georgie. In my opinion, he was, like, when he was actually healthy, which it was a rare occurrence, but, at, like, the start of the year and even the first couple times he came back, like, even in the last year, there was a game last year towards the end of the season, the Portland game, Pedro, like, dribbles, like, 6, 7 dudes, plays a ball in behind a Morris, who misses the chance. Even at that point, I'm like, dude, Pedro, like, there's a player in there, man. But now it's like I don't even recognize the dude anymore, and um, it's sad. You don't even recognize him. I mean, he's even shaved his hair. He's a whole new man. Where is Pepo de la Vega? Where did he go? Dude, I hate this. Like, I listen, man. I seen a clip like that. Okay, where a guy who I know for a fact has not played at a high level of soccer at all. I mean, dude's making anecdotes to his rec soccer days, and saying like, "Oh, well, so if like, you've never played soccer before, so you can't fucking give an opinion." So stupid. If we want to make that case, then I could say, "Oh, like I played college soccer. I had offers to go pro in like different countries. So therefore, none of you guys have an opinion. My opinion is the one that matters. All you guys should shut up." No, that's stupid, right? It's stupid. Everyone laugh at that. Everyone laugh at what I just said because it's stupid. Like you can comfortably like yeah, obviously if you've played the game, like I'm not even gonna count this dude. I know he's talking about his rec soccer days. I'm not gonna count that, but let's say it helps when you've played a game at a solidly high level, but you can still make opinions. Like you can still understand the game and know what you're talking about without having to have played soccer at a level in your life. And I think it's stupid and it undermines a lot of like people's opinions. And I think everyone should have their own opinion, regardless if they've played soccer or not. What a stupid disqualifying factor. We love you, Brody and Cheyenne. Cheyenne. Fucking, I just said Cheyenne. We love you, Brody and Cheyenne. And also shout out J Ross and shout out Colin. Um, Everyone here at RGTV, shout out us. And shout out you guys because without you guys, we're just yapping to 0 people and like who fucking cares, right? So shout out to all you guys. And everyone, if you haven't already, drop a like on the live stream. Helps us out big time. You guys are awesome. So if you haven't already, that'd be awesome. And if you have not subscribed already, which I'm sure you guys have, that would be awesome if you could subscribe. Brody, we got to get a bet for you to buy a Rothrock jersey all oiled up after you wins this. Bro, we'll listen. The oiling up was a one-time thing, okay? But I will make a bet to you guys. I'll make a bet to you guys. If we win the MLS Cup and Paul Rothrock has more than 1 goal contribution in the playoffs, I will buy a Rothrock jersey and I will wear it in every single video I appear on. Okay? So I will not forget that. We'll have it, noted in the RGTV group chat. If Paul Rothrock has more than one goal contribution and the Sounders win the MLS Cup, I am getting his jersey. I will never say a bad word about him ever again. Ever again. Yes, exactly. And shout out to the other two. Shout out to J Ross. Shout out to Colin. And ladies and gentlemen, I think we're gonna end it there. It's been awesome. It's been a very, very good live stream. Thank you guys all. Thank you guys all for participating. Okay, Chad. Yes. Hold me to it. Hold me to it. I promise you. I promise you. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the live stream, please throw a thumbs up on it now. Throw a thumbs up on it once it becomes its own YouTube video. That would be greatly appreciated. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. Helps out the boys. And if you haven't, we do have a YouTube membership. So it's very cheap and it helps support the boys. If you guys wanted to check that out, you could. There's a lot of cool perks which you can read on the membership when you go to check it out. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. Big dubs today. And I'll see y'all in a bit. Take care.